This program contains coarse language, mature themes, and the strong opinions of Dan Savage. Viewer discretion is advised.
One marijuana smoker is arrested in the United States every 42 seconds. That's more arrests than are made for violent crime. And if that's hard for you tokers to visualize, maybe this'll help. However, things are improving. Recreational pot use is now legal in Washington State and Colorado. This is exciting news for potheads in those states, but it shouldn't just be limited to them, the excitement or the reform. There are reasons why everyone should be happy and everyone should get involved. Elections have consequences. After voters approved recreational marijuana use in Washington State, prosecutors threw out 220 misdemeanor cases that had been brought against recreational marijuana users the very next day. A study conducted in Colorado by the Marijuana Arrest Research Project shows the breakdown. 210,000 people were arrested in Colorado for marijuana possession since 1986. And who are they bringing charges against? Minorities and young people, of course. Even more alarming, in the last decade, blacks accounted for 3.8% of Colorado's residents, but 10.5% of marijuana possession arrests. Latinos, 19% of the state residents, but a full quarter of Colorado's marijuana possession arrests. Studies show that whites smoke more pot, but blacks and Latinos are arrested way more often. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, white people between the ages of 18 and 25 use marijuana at a higher rate than their black and Latino peers. You might wonder, how did we get here? There was a strong connection between jazz, pot, and African American subcultures in the 1920s. The government ignored this until white people started partaking in that subculture, which was deemed unacceptable by some. Then a man named Harry Anslinger, the first commissioner of the U.S. Department's Federal Bureau of Narcotics, and a douchebag racist named William Randolph Hearst, founder of Hearst Publications, started a campaign called Reefer Madness. They used publicity, propaganda, demagoguery to discourage people from using marijuana. They claimed that marijuana led to violence and induced insanity.
It is convinced that he is hopelessly and incurably insane, a condition caused by the drug marijuana to which he was addicted.
The truth is, Hearst had invested heavily in timber, and hemp, which can also be used to make paper, threatened those investments. So Hearst took on this issue and wrote false stories in his newspapers. This type of propaganda actually promoted discrimination, xenophobia, and racism. You don't have to be a pot smoker, a young person, or a minority to benefit from marijuana reform. There could be $40 to $100 billion in new tax revenues if we made pot legal federally. The benefits aren't just economic. There have been shitloads of studies proving that marijuana is good for people with all sorts of different health conditions. The National Organization for Reform of Marijuana Laws, or NORML, is a nonprofit dedicated to the national decriminalization and legalization of marijuana and is at the forefront of informing the public on the real and surprising consequences of our harsh anti-marijuana laws. At their website, you can find marijuana laws and regulations in your state, as well as which representatives you can contact where you live to let them know you support marijuana reform. We can't be afraid to talk about the implications of pot prohibition. The more we share with others, the more progress we can make. In the course of this episode, 5 people were arrested for marijuana possession. This is a scandal, and you can do something about it. Tell me what you thought of this issue. Send me your comments, your questions, your videos, and please make sure to subscribe to TakePart TV so you'll get all my new episodes jammed right into your inbox. You know you want it.
And it is great to have, once again, in the studio, I think it's been, well, I don't know, maybe 8 months or so.